for a new and different perspective every week on LEGO sets, news, media, and more. You're listening to the BCC Podcast.
Today is May 24th of 2020, and you're listening to episode 232 of the BCC Podcast. I'm Ford, and today we're going to be discussing part 2 of our Zelda sets wish lists, I guess. And this time, yes, we do have Waj back. Welcome back, Waj.
Well, excuse me, Princess. Hello.
What'd you just call me?
Look, let's just move past it.
From our main cast, we have myself, Ford, and, of course, LQ.
Hello.
And Glenda.
Oh boy, I'm so ready. I don't remember what the rest of the quote is.
I'm so hungry, I could eat an Octorok.
Maybe.
I don't really know how that works, but you know.
Wait, was it like, I'm gonna bomb some Dodongos? Or Dodongos?
I can't wait to bomb some Dodongos!
There is no
Dodongos
time.
like
Your
smoke.
sword is enough.
My boy.
I still
We're gonna
wonder
talk
what
about
it
the
takes
best
to
game
get...
ever, the CDI game sets.
So, this goes into my theories that amateur actors have very, very low self-awareness. The fact that someone delivered those lines willingly...
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think they just kind of got whoever, like, they didn't get actual voice actors for that, just somebody on the development teams.
No, you can hear someone in there wanting to be an actor.
Oh, yeah, no, so, I mean, like...
there
but
was
they
like
weren't-
one or
they
two
weren't an
people
actor, they
who were
just
really,
some
really good.
person.
There was one person I actually liked. It was, I don't even remember.
Who?
There was that
Was it
guy
the
in
King
the
or
suit of
Zelda?
armor who was like, "You must be hardened with fire." He sounded like he believed.
No! You must die!
uh,
I don't know. That at least was
Yes.
fun. That at least
My
was
favorite
fun.
exchange will always be, "You killed me!"
good.
Yes!
I quit that game for
Good!
Yeah, the Zelda CDI
Alright.
games are a mess, but I don't think we're gonna talk about them. I don't know.
No,
They're not
anymore.
technically
I'm Googling
official.
fan art
They're
for it,
official,
so,
like, Never Say Never Again is official James Bond. It's not. It's just not.
Have you seen
Even though it should
the
be.
meme where people take Link Faces of Evil and they do fan art in Microsoft Paint and it just looks like a screenshot from the game?
Well, that's because back then Microsoft Paint was all you had to make the game.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's hilarious.
Hopefully people
I'll have to
don't
look
take
that
that
up.
quote out of context and think I literally mean Microsoft Paint.
They
Alright.
will.
So, let's get into the sets. We left off last time just finishing up Majora's Mask. So we are going to move forward to the Wind Waker.
So, are we just skipping the Oracle games? Because
Oh, do you
I'm
have-
not familiar with those myself.
I mean, we weren't ever going to plan on covering, like, every single game. I don't think we
I...
have sets for every single game, so...
I'm cool.
Okay.
Alright. Waj, how about you go first? Do you have any
Well,
Wind Waker sets?
Yes, I have a few Wind Waker sets. The first is Tetra's ship. I think it would make...
Dang it.
Yes,
Stole
look,
mine.
look, man. It's like, there's only a few...
Well, I
there's some
chose
iconic
I
stuff
chose
in
like just
Wind
like
Waker.
it's Tetra's ship, and then it's also the King of Red Lions.
Well, actually, so on my list, it is exactly that. It's Tetra's ship and the King of Red Lions. So,
All right.
so look, yeah. I mean, I think since the game revolves around, being in a ship, it's all about traversing the vast ocean. You gotta have a ship set. You know?
It's hard to
That's-
find pictures of Tetra's ship that aren't the Super Smash Bros. Stage.
I guess to be fair to the ship, yeah, it doesn't actually show up that much in the game. Like, it shows up for like the very first bit, but then you kind of don't really see it again, as far as I can remember. So yeah, you're mostly in the rest of the King of Red Lions. So yeah, I mean, for minifigures, I would put, well, Link, Tetra, and like basically all of the her crew. I don't remember all of their names, but there's a bunch of kooky characters.
Like that guy with the glasses. That was half.
Not that one,
Well-
though. Not that guy with the glasses.
The other guy with the glasses?
Yes,
I think it was Nico who eventually ended up being in what's it called?
Yeah, he's
In Spirit Tracks?
Spirit Tracks, actually, as an
Yeah.
old man. But
Yeah.
yeah.
He gives you the best shield in the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like the one that can't be eaten by legs or something like that. Or like can always be reclaimed by the legs, if I recall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Tetris Ship, I think, would make a good set. Or Tetris Ship plus King of Red Lions. So
Yeah, you have to have it.
You
if
gotta
you're
have
gonna
King of
do
Red Lions.
Wind Waker.
Yeah.
See, I just had King of Red Lions as its own smaller set.
Me too.
Because I
What would
thought
you pair with it though?
just that it'd be like a $10 or $15 set.
That's boring.
No, it's not.
You gotta have some conflict in the box, man. You
Yeah,
gotta
I
make
want
this
to
work.
make. I don't want every set to be a $130 set.
I guess
I didn't
guess
say it had
you
to be
could-
$130.
Yeah, I guess you could like have so like there's some smaller kind of islands in the ocean, or not islands, but they're like posts basically where moblins reside. So like I guess you could have like one of those plus
yeah.
the King of Red Lions as a smaller set.
You could
But-
maybe have it like with like the winch, so it's like fishing out a piece of the Triforce.
I just want a
Maybe.
nice small set.
Oh yeah, also you could have the map fish.
Oh,
Fish.
Gnatfish?
Yes, the map fish. He has a name probably, but look, I just know him as the map fish. You like lure him out with some bait, and he fills in a bit of your map. Let's see, map fish, Wind Waker,
here he is. I just see his name is Fishman.
Fishman. Yes, Fishman.
Yeah.
I
I always
honestly-
look at this guy's face and was like, "Hey, what do you want, kid? What do you want? What do you want?"
All right.
It's just weird. I
Do
don't
we have
know.
any other Wind Waker sets?
I
Not on
do
my
not
list.
have a picture of it because I never played this game, but there's sort of a Straw Hut sort of thing that looks really aesthetic.
There's a lot of straw huts.
Yes.
Which one? Do you have a picture?
Yeah.
I'm looking for it. I scrolled too far and now I can't find it.
Is it like Link's Village?
Yeah, it's probably
Probably.
on the first.
Or it could be
island. Is
that
outside?
vacation
Windfall?
hut with like the demon butler.
I don't know. It was just a picture of Babby Link paragliding around and he was right above it. I don't know.
How
That was
old is
Yeah.
Link in Wind Waker anyways? Like 11?
like 8. I don't know. He's
Well,
just
he's,
tiny.
he's of age for the island.
He's tiny.
Everyone in the
Oh,
game's pretty
14.
short, though.
I don't know, 13.
We know he's younger than 16 because the Hero of Time was 16 and he's younger than him. Which also is one of the weirdest plot holes in Legend of Zelda, though, than that Toon Link can pull the Master Sword and it didn't make him wait until he was old enough.
Right. Well, didn't he have like the Wait, I honestly forget the timeline of Wind Waker. You get the shards after you have the Master
Yeah, you get the shards
Sword,
after.
right? Yeah.
And technically when you
'Cause
pull the
it's like,
Master Sword,
it's
I guess
not-
it's not at full
It's
power.
not activated, yeah.
So maybe that was part of it.
That's right, yeah.
But yeah, he just
Yeah.
starts swinging at Ganondorf, and Ganondorf just like holds him back.
It's like I mean, he had, he might not have had to wait for like 7 years, but he still had to go through some deadly trials. That being to go to Tingles Island and get his map deciphered.
That is something, an honorable
get-
mention that we were discussing before
Yes.
the podcast. Well, Glenda finds a picture of that. Is
Did.
Tingles Island, the set, which can include Link, or Toon Link, Tingle, and White Tingle.
Yeah, there's
Why
like the Tingles all have different names.
Do they?
But well, here's the thing. There's like one that's just sort of like out of sequence. Like they all kind of rhyme, but then there's just one that's like Dave Jr. or something.
Dave Jr.?
I don't remember exactly. Hold on, let me.
Oh no, you're right. Well, that's from Four Swords Adventures, at least.
Oh wait, is that? I thought that was also the case in Minifigure too. I thought.
Let's see. Okay,
so
let me check the Zelda wiki.
Tingle, Ankle, Knuckle, and David Jr. You gotta have the whole collection for Tingles Island. It is vital.
But aren't they just the normal? You don't have the blue and the pink one in Wind Waker, I don't think. They're just the white ones, aren't they?
Do you? Honestly, I don't actually recall. I thought they might have had them. Oh.
Also, in Hyrule Warriors, there's a David Jr. themed skin for Tingle. Yeah, these are the ones from Four Swords Adventure here. I can't find a picture of the Wind Waker one.
Yeah, me neither.
Darren, I can't believe I never knew about David Jr. He has, like, so much information on him.
Yeah, the thing that's weird about the Tingle brothers is that they're not really brothers, as far as we can tell. They just wear the same outfit and look the same.
And call themselves brothers?
Yeah.
David Jr. is the only one without, like, rosy cheeks, too.
Yeah, no, he has, like, a frowny face, too, I think.
Oh, that's very disturbing.
David Jr. is definitely the best of the Tingle siblings.
Perhaps going to that island is just to look into Tingle's mind and there are his different emotions.
I mean, Tingles Island is a freaky place.
Tingle himself is, like, one of the most enigmatic characters in all of Zelda. I mean, look, or just mysterious as well. He shows up at the beginning of the game in prison for some crime against humanity that we're not privy to. And, like, he actually helps you out in the game. So, like, we're taking advice from an actual canon criminal. Like, Wind Waker is a great game. Look. And Tingle is also a great character.
Okay,
so
I did find a picture of, not a great quality one, but a picture from Tingle Tower here. And, okay, there's two other Tingles. There's David Jr. and I think Ankle. Yeah, Knuckle is not there, though.
Where did Knuckle go? Yeah,
Tingle Island and Knuckle.
Yeah.
Huh. I swear, I only remember there being two other white Tingles, though, when I went there. So weird.
Did David Jr. have a clone?
Oh, hey, I finally found a good picture of the tower, too. The tower actually would be a pretty alright set.
Oh, yeah?
Darn it. It's not letting me download it, of course. Alright, let me post it in the podcast. There we go, Tingles Island.
Ah, okay.
If it's not a picture of Tingles... Okay, good.
Oh, yes, yeah, that is a beauty.
I didn't click on it and I said to myself, if that's not a picture of Tingle's face, then what's the point? And I clicked on it and it was.
Yes, it is.
It does not please, but it satisfies.
Oh, of course.
I'm not sure what else you could really do for this game, though.
Oh, I got a few more for... Just a couple more for Wind Waker. So,
right.
There's the Helmarock King. I think would make a kind of cool, like... I guess construction figure. I don't know. Just like a big bird.
Big like
it's a big
mechish
bird.
build.
Yeah.
I guess.
Or as well, like a tower from the Forbidden Fortress, like ones with the particular like kind of cone-shaped lights that they got.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean the one that you have to sneak into?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find a good picture.
I found an alright picture of the Helmrock King that has some lights in the background at least. But here, let me get it up. I want to get these images into the podcast, but they go faster than I can.
Okay.
Alright. But yeah, Helm Rock King. It's so
Yeah.
strange, like, things from this now, I play Hyrule Warriors when it's really slow at work, and the Helm Rock King's one of the bosses in that. And he's, like, one of the most annoying, because he's a boss that you have to wait forever for him to actually pound his beak into the ground so you can hit him with the skull hammer.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I haven't actually played Hyrule Warriors, but it's cool that it has the same method, kind of.
Which
beat
version
'em.
is it?
Which version is of Hyrule Warriors? Well, originally I played the first version on the Wii U, but it was my brother, and then he decided to pack up all of his games so no one else could ever play them. So then, last Christmas, I got Definitive Edition. I've been playing that.
Okay.
It's like an infinite amount of content in that game, but it's so repetitive, you can only play it so much at once.
Yeah. I haven't played much of that version. I played the original version quite a bit, and my siblings have the definitive edition, but I haven't.
I think
really
Definitive
gotten a chance to
Edition
do
is
that one.
better just because they spread the unlocks out better, so you're actually getting stuff as you play adventure mode, so it doesn't feel worthless.
That's handy.
Though in the Wii U version, I just bought all the skins for like 99 cents, and so I was used to having them already. I still don't have them all unlocked in this version because they're way harder. Well, there's a lot more skins, and this one has Fierce Deity Link in it, so.
Dang, maybe now I need to get Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, that's how you make it worth it.
Yeah, look. If it's got Fierce Deity Link, I'll get it.
Yeah, it's like you start as Young Link, but then once you get enough magic, you turn to Fierce Deity Link.
That's cool.
And then
yeah.
his like, I don't even know what to call the power. Like, there's focus mode power. Is that he has the moon come down, it just starts crashing down, and he slices it in half with his sword.
Whoa, that's
It's really
awesome.
anime.
Yeah.
Alright.
So I actually did come up with a few minifigures for this set, for like a Forbidden Fortress. There would definitely have to be the Moblins, and maybe like a Bokoblin, Link, and Ganondorf. Yeah, I think those would work quite well. And Errol, I suppose. So yeah, those were minifigures for the Forbidden Fortress.
Alright. Clint, I see we got your picture for the hut. This is, I don't know what it's called exactly, but it's the hut where Link trains in, and then the guy tells Link not to tell his grandma that he gave him a sword.
Does he then go off to tell his grandma?
No, he doesn't tell her. Then his sister gets kidnapped, and his grandma kind of goes into a coma of depression.
Oh, like Padme.
Until you bring...
Yeah.
Kind of. Well, you bring her fairy, then she makes you soup forever.
Yep.
Wow.
And it's like
She's
the
kind.
best healing item in the game, I think.
Excellent
So-
grandmaing.
Yeah, because you can drink the soup twice, can't you?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
she gave you so much soup.
And like, I think it both acts as like a healing item and like a power up item as well. If I recall correctly.
And of course, then, if you're going to do this as a set, you can include Link's grandma in it. And you can include Orca, the training
Orca,
spear guy.
yes. Mm-hmm.
He's weird looking. It's just really weird. I mean, like, you could have, like, the perfect beard piece for him from, what's it? The guy from Ninjago that came out this year? The bad
The
guy.
Prime Emperor.
Yeah, that guy. Forgot his name. Unagami. That's it.
Oh, yes. By the
So
way,
you have the
Lego,
hairpiece
you
for it.
need to release Ninjago already because it's been a long time since the sets came out, like 5 months, and I still have no idea what the context for them is.
Didn't this happen with Hands of Time? And literally every other season?
Yes, but it's been getting worse and worse.
It really has not been very good at that.
Like, the Ice chapter never premiered in America, ever.
I guess
We had to
eventually
go
you'll
to
have
the
to
Cartoon
lower
Network
your
app.
standards, huh?
I want to watch the HD version if I'm going
I
to
know
watch.
that's
Why would
what
I?
You want.
But what's the point of
But what do you
watching
need?
something only to watch a worse version of it? It's not like I'm desperate for the plot information exactly. Ninjago isn't just about plot; it's about the experience.
And do you have more
Look,
or
man,
less
it's
of an
just a
experience
show.
watching something that is lower resolution than you want?
Less.
Cool.
Okay.
Can I just mention that this that figure looks like it was drawn by Hokusai?
Oh, you mean the Orca?
Yeah.
Who, I don't know who that is that you said.
He's the guy who drew
It's
the
drawn.
wave. He drew people with really caved-in chests and large middles. I don't have a
It
better
might
way
just
to
be the art
articulate it.
style at play.
But yeah, that's... Hang on a second. Let me just... Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. It's a very non-Western
look like
way
the
of looking at
Giants.
figure. Yeah, I
They
can't
look like
find
the
it.
Giants from Majora's Mask.
I mean, that makes sense. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
a very different idea of how the figure works.
Alright,
I got-
do we have
I
any
got-
more Wind
Yeah,
Waker?
I got one more Wind Waker, and that would be basically the top of Dragon Roost Island, so Dragon Roost Island is basically like a volcano, and you got the dragon up top, who's kind of like he's
Valu,
stuck.
isn't it?
Yeah, his name it's something with a V, right?
Valu, yeah. Not to be confused with the bare necessities, but you know.
Yeah. So, like, I just think the top of Dragon Roost Island would make a cool set. Like, the top of the volcano with the dragon there, and his tail, like, is stuck underneath with the lava. And for that, you'd probably have Link, Medley, and, like, one of the Rito, probably. Like, the guy that
The
gives
postman.
you mail. I don't know. Yeah, the postman, exactly.
You know,
Can it
there's
come with a
reason,
sound brick with the song?
The Rito in Wind Waker are much more like furries than those in Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
Thanks!
No, I just because they like way more. They're so much more a cross between birds and humans at that point. It gets kind of weird and disturbing, and they have fingers.
Well, the weirdest
Kinda.
thing about it is that they kind of are like descendants of the Zora. Too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they say that though. I fall in line that I think that can be debatable, especially since there are other games now where we see them side by side. It doesn't make sense that in the Wind Waker of all games of Zora, where the thing they had to evolve to go on land when there was less land.
It doesn't make any sense, honestly. Like, I wonder if there is a reasoning, like, if
The Zora
they come
probably
up
just
with a
have like an
reason.
underwater kingdom somewhere, and they don't tell anyone else.
Well, yeah,
I wouldn't.
because I mean, like, there's like one Goron as well. Like, I mean, Goron
Yeah.
makes sense, but as well, like, you'd think that with all these islands, there might be a Goron island. There's just this one Goron who has like a hat, like a
Yeah.
large hat, but and so like he's modeled like a Goron, and you can actually like blow his hat away with your leaf item.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then you can actually see that he is in fact a Goron, probably the last of his kind. They should make a Nickelodeon series, The Last Goron. But yeah. So,
Look,
well, the thing
his
that's
entire
kind of
home is made of
disturbing about
rocks.
it,
You
though,
can
is
just
that, like,
eat that.
we know canonically that Gorons, at least from Majora's Mask, they can't swim. From Twilight Princess, they can, but that's like a different. Or no, is that a different timeline? Actually, maybe that's the same timeline.
No,
as this.
that's the same timeline.
Yeah. So maybe they've evolved.
Though
to
Majora's
be able
Mask,
to
that's another
swim.
dimension too of Goron.
That is true. That is true. Yeah. So maybe these Gorons can actually swim, but it seems doubtful since they're made out of rock. I don't know.
I wouldn't think Gorons could swim.
Me
They kind of
neither.
walk along the
Yeah, it
bottom.
doesn't make any sense. But yeah, that's all I got for Wind Waker.
All right. Now, before we move on to Skyward Sword, did anyone have the lesser known Zelda game set?
Spirit Tracks.
You mean like Spirit Tracks?
Spirit Tracks.
Oh,
The
man.
Faces of Evil.
Well, I mean, you could do like a whole series for just the trains in Spirit Tracks.
Boy.
Dude,
Okay.
yeah, there's so many different like customizable there's so many different designs for like the carts that you can add in,
And not just the engines,
the
but you can get different cannons, different passenger cars,
There's
different
components
like
that you can modify, and it's really cool. But yeah, definitely the train, and like maybe a few ways to modify it into some other of the of the carts that you get. So it would have the cannon, but it also needs definitely a bunny net because you're able. So in Spirit Tracks, there are bunnies across the land, and you have to like shoot at the bunny at a specific time. There's like a window.
Usually, like the
and then you
bunny's
get into,
behind
like,
a rock or
mini-game.
something like that.
Yeah,
And you have to like shoot the rock, and then it releases the bunny, and then you have to catch the bunny. And if you don't
like a
catch
time
the bunny,
limit.
it's gone forever.
Yeah, so it needs to include that. If it doesn't have that, it's a terrible set. So it needs like a holster for like a bunny net, a large.
I forget, like, what did getting all the bunnies get you?
I don't know. I never got all the bunnies. It's really hard.
Because I thought I read somewhere that it gets you like a path or something like that. Like it gets you like a path piece or whatever, so you could go somewhere else. I don't remember.
Interesting. Yeah, but for minifigs, it would definitely, of course, be Link, but you'd have Zelda as a ghost, and I would think you'd just have the same kind of piece that.
Wait, what about Alfonso?
Ninjago.
I was gonna say, I'd say because with my set idea, I just said it like if you just did the one train, I would have it be like a bigger set, and it would have Engineer Link. Like at the beginning of the game. Alfonso, the Spirit Zelda. Of course you'd have to have Bayern. Because you have to. And then along with that, because it's a bigger set, you'd have like the main train components, and then you'd have one of the dark trains that like chases after you, can turn around and all that.
Oh yeah.
It would have like an actual like turning around feature as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be cool.
You could also have like one of the gates as well that you kind of pass through to like teleport to different places, just as like a a little thing, a little addition. But I think
right, the gates. I forgot about the gates.
Yeah. Let's see. That's basically it for Spirit Tracks for me.
Yeah, and then I would think that I want to do like one of the phantom fights.
A phantom,
like the big like phantoms that that Zelda can like possess.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have like the phantom eye and like a safe zone away from the phantom, and you can like have a function where you take down the eye and then you can take control of the phantom and stuff like that.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Like honestly, there would be quite a bit of overlap with like Phantom Hourglass as well, since I think they pretty much use the same sorts of assets with that. Like,
I would kind of I kind of listed it here as Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks, but you can really make it work for either one. Literally, the only thing that makes it Spirit Tracks is the fact that Zelda is there.
Yeah, and I mean, Zelda is cool. Like the fact that you can possess a phantom with her. Like, that's a really cool mechanic.
How does possessing a phantom work?
Like
you become a ghost,
usually
and
ghosts
then
don't
you
possess
just
other
go right
ghosts.
into it.
Like, phantoms, I mean, they're just, I guess, suits of armor. I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't... She's a ghost. Stuff happens. Magic. Look. It's not really that well explained.
Phantoms are totally not dark nuts, guys. They're not dark nuts.
Well, look, they have a different name, so obviously.
Of course. The big sword, big hulking armor, totally not a dark nut.
Alright, we're ready to move on then?
Yeah.
Skyward Sword.
Alright, yes. Glenda, do you want to do one for Skyward Sword since you
Yeah.
haven't gotten to do a pre-prepared one yet?
I haven't. Okay, cool beans. I would like to suggest, I can't remember the name of it, but it's inside the temple, and it's got the spoder.
You'll have to be more specific.
Like,
1 moment, please.
Skyview Temple? Or...
Probably, it's been way too long since I've seen this thing. So, basically the idea is there's, like, a segment of the ruined temple, and there's all these spoders in it. And I'm pretty sure that there's a boss spider, but there doesn't need to be that one, but I just think that we've already had brick-built spiders, and that would be pretty easy to do.
Spider.
I'm not sure
Skyward
which
Sword?
one. I mean, I know there's spiders in Skyward Sword. There's like in the
Well, yeah,
not the
but
forest temple, but like
the
One-
Skyview Temple? Isn't that what it's called?
is it called the Skyview Temple?
Well, that's
I
the
think
first
so.
temple you go to, right?
I don't know why I
think-
can't... I have the picture in my folder, and I can't
Er.
get it to send, which is very annoying.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see it in the folder you uploaded.
That's a weird flex, but okay. Hang on, here we go. If it will, cooperate. Here we go. I'm so professional.
Okay, yeah, that is Skyview.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one that I totally knew the name of.
I actually totally forgot how the spiders look in that one.
They got a little button on the bottom.
It's been a long time since I played Skyward Sword, actually.
I still need to play
I
it.
played it. I played it on launch. I actually got it at the pre-launch event. Basically, I got it a day early. I was super hyped for that game, and I played it twice. Once on normal, and then once on hero mode. I've not played it since 2011. So
Actually, the only Zelda game I've ever replayed is I played Ocarina of Time about 5 times. Like 2 or the Master Quest, but...
yeah, I've only really... Well, I had this whole conundrum with Ocarina of Time, basically. I'm more familiar with the Master Quest version of Ocarina of Time. I played that version, I think, 4 times over. And then the only time... I've not actually played the original N64 version, aside from, just experiencing it through the 3DS. The 3DS
yeah, I've only
version.
played Ocarina of Time
So-
in the 3D version as well, actually. I
Yeah.
played the N64 version of Majora's Mask on the Wii Virtual Console, but...
Same, yeah. Yeah, Majora's Mask
Honestly,
I've played a lot.
That's still a definite... I think the art style, like the N64, lends itself much better to Majora's Mask than Ocarina of Time, honestly.
Well, there's also some higher res textures, just because they had to include some memory pack, I think, for Majora's Mask.
Yeah, it was later in the life cycle of the N64, so they had
Yeah.
a bit more technology. Plus, it's just because I think the creepiness of the older models lends itself really well to the atmosphere of that game.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree.
I would like to see a proper HD version done, but they've got to do it right with that, because if they make it too bright, in some ways, the 3DS version is still lower res, so it was hard to screw up too much, but they did.
They did spectacularly, and it's just they got a lot of things wrong with just the lighting in general.
Mhm.
There's especially I think one of the worst offenders is Georg's boss fight, where it's supposed to be really creepy and
Oh, all
you
the
see
boss
him-
fights are so bad.
Yeah, well, it's just because it's so bright that it loses any semblance of being foreboding.
Mhm.
So yeah.
If they do an HD remake of Majora's Mask ever, they need to have someone lead the project that actually liked Majora's Mask.
Yeah. I'm sure at some point Aonuma will retire from the series, so
I don't think he did
somebody
have that
else.
much to do from the remake anyways. Wasn't he just kind of overseeing it? I think
Mm,
one of the
yeah.
main people in charge of it was a woman who said she didn't like the original because she thought it was too hard.
Yeah, that's I don't know.
What?
I mean, I feel like maybe at some point we could get HD remakes, but probably not anytime soon. So
We have absolutely no idea what Nintendo is doing. We just found out there's a new Paper Mario that comes out in a month.
yeah,
Hey.
yeah. That just
July
kinda
is
came
not
out.
a month.
the trailer.
Okay, it kind of is, but still.
But anyway, yes. So Skyward Sword, imprisoned. I think an imprisoned set would be really cool, or just like that whole area basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like the
well,
kind
we
of
talked about
spirally
this. The
case.
imprisoned, you have to include the best character
yes.
ever.
You gotta have the Grusinator. Like that is his bomb cannon. And of course, yes, the ever the best character in the Zelda series, Groose, with his lovely pompadour.
I'm sorry, did you say the Grusinator with the side of the imprisoned?
Yes.
Because that is
Maybe,
correct.
I don't know. Look.
The Gaston of Zelda.
Yes. Groose is the best character in the Zelda series.
He's
hands
so
down.
underappreciated these days.
It's because I think people just talk about Skyward Sword mostly in terms of how the controls are and like the pacing of the story or just the events that occur.
See, I never had an
but-
issue with the pacing of the story, honestly.
I did. But look, it's. But you see,
I had more of an issue with the pacing of Wind Waker's story.
You see, here's the thing. Like, I played Skyward Sword twice. I mean, I don't really know why I did, but look, I guess I liked it. I definitely liked Groose the most, and I'd say like it would be kind of cool to have a scene recreating when Groose basically like grabs onto Link as he's falling down to the ground, and then where he just like Groose falls down and like has Link as kind of like pillows his fall, like or whatever that expression is, and he just dubs the land Groose Land. It's just like he has such a big energy, man. He's got he's great. So yes, minifigures, Groose, and Groose.
Yes. I will never forgive them for not including Groose in Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
What would he have done, though? Like, what would his weapon be?
The Grusinator?
The Grusinator, yeah.
His signature weapon?
Is bomb
Haven't
cannon.
played Skyward Sword here.
It's an actual bomb cannon. It's kind of cool because like
Bomb cannon?
so in the second phase of the imprisoned he uses it, and then he uses it again in the third phase. But this time he like runs out of bombs at one point, and so he just basically launches Link, which is always fun. Like I recall in Wind Waker there was a point where like Tetra also just like puts Link in a cannon.
Yeah, that's how they get him
and launches
onto
him off.
the not Forbidden Fortress. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. It's so good. But yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, I think it's my turn then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, what have I got that you guys have not already put in?
I've got a couple others. And by a couple,
Oh.
think
I don't have any
one,
for
maybe
Skyward
two.
Sword, so...
Actually,
don't
take that
one.
the Imprisoned was the only one I had so far. But which one do I want to do first here? Okay, I think one I'd want the most would be another small set. I was obsessed with doing smaller sets in here because I feel like they're often overlooked, especially with licensed themes, what can be a good smaller set.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
I really want the Link versus Demise battle.
Mm.
Alright.
Like what? I mean, how would you do that? Just like have a small, like, I guess, circular stage, and then just Link and Demise the minifigures.
Yeah, you could have the stage with some, rocks on the outside of it, and then maybe some lightning bolt pieces, like coming out of the ground. But then, you could do Demise as a minifigure, which I think would be cool. You could also try I don't know if a giant fig Demise would work, but it would look really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Demise is like, what, 9 feet tall?
I guess.
He is tall. Yeah.
Um,
I don't know how tall.
So it could still be a minifigure. It would be still, yeah, a giant fig would be a bit big for it. I don't
tall is
know.
Link
I know
supposed
there's
to
not a lot of stuff. Again, this could be a small set, and I like small sets. I know Lego doesn't. But I like just sets that have, a little bit of something and some minifigures in them and that are cool. They used to do that.
I guess if you want to put
stuff.
like a second minifig in there, you could put in Fee, maybe.
You call her
You don't
Fee?
need to bloat the set.
Well,
Just saying.
As a small set as well, you could do like the fight in Skyview Temple with Girahim.
That's true.
I think Girahim would make a cool minifigure.
I think Girahim and
Is he
Fi
the
in
one
the
that
same
steals the
set would
sword
be
from
good.
you?
Which version of Girahim do we use? Do we use both versions?
I think you would have to have them in separate packs.
Yeah.
Like one with one of his later versions, and one with like the earlier version. Though I guess he had three
Legend of
different
Zelda
versions, didn't
lends itself so well to Lego sets.
he? It do.
It does, yeah.
Just because I think it's so object and character based, it like very much has just like locations in it that are very
But
iconic.
that's the thing, like, Lego is very reluctant to make location-based sets for these kinds of themes.
Which
Well,
is kind
and
of
more so because in most movies that they base themes off of, they are really suck at locations.
Hmm.
Like, think how many memorable locations are there in Marvel movies?
I mean, there's like Avengers Tower,
They did
which
that.
they've done. Nowhere, which they've done, technically.
Budapest?
No.
That hasn't come out yet. Technically, the helicopter is part of Budapest.
Oh.
I don't know, really.
I can't even say
That's
Wakanda
fine.
because it's not. It's not memorable
Yeah,
at
well,
all.
that's the thing is most of the locations, too, they're not like, places that people actually walk around in. They're more like a
I mean,
silhouette of a large
maybe-
building or location.
Maybe the Nova headquarters, but
I mean, Doctor
I
Strange's
feel like
tower,
it's
but that's
really
already
scraping
taken
the
also.
barrel. They
Yeah,
already
they've done
did the
2
Sanctum
sets for that, too.
Sanctorum.
So I don't think Lego's reluctant to make location-based sets when there's a location to base
Asgard.
them
They
off.
haven't done Asgard.
It's because everything that's
Asgard is
memorable at
big.
Asgard is large scale.
True.
Now, there are other things like they could do the observatory. And that would be a cool set. But anyway, we have another series of episodes we've got to get back to on that.
Right. So, are there any more for Skyward Sword?
Glenda said she had more.
I do has another one, and this is one that I think would transfer really well into a Lego set. It's the Lumpy Pumpkin,
Ah, yes, the Lumpy Pumpkin.
which
Yes.
makes me very happy because it is a very wholesome location. I don't know. I just have a lot of nostalgia.
That's the
for
one
that
where you can just
specific
break
one.
their
Link-
chandelier and
yeah,
they force Link into
Link
slave
causes
labor.
like
That's the
a
one!
whole bunch of problems. Yes.
It's where you
Just
learn that your
breaks
actions have
everything.
consequences. It's amazing. And honestly, I'm a sucker for like the little shop sets.
And isn't there that old guy that comes there just to stare at the girls?
Yep.
That's weird.
Yeah, there's the guy who like.
Wait a
only
minute.
writes-
That's a reference to Link to the Past.
What?
There's a guy, and I might be misremembering this, but there's an old guy in A Link to the Past who goes to the bar to stare at the girls.
It might be, but I mean, there's also references to Twilight Princess and the Lumpy
That
Pumpkin.
too. That too.
What about that guy who I think I want to say he's a bard, but he's just that traveling minstrel who keeps on playing stuff there. If I
I
remember right.
forgot
It's
his
been-
name.
It's been
I know who
years
you
since I
mean,
played
though.
that game.
Yeah.
But no, I like the Lumpy Pumpkin a lot. I think it would be a cool set.
Yeah, and for some of those like Skyward Sword sets, I mean, like especially for the ones in Skyloft, you could have like the star fragments that you get as just little
Yeah.
collectible.
Oh,
pieces,
yes.
You know. For
Could this set
the
be an
bad guy.
alternative to get Groose?
Does Groose show up in the Lumpy Pumpkin?
No, he does not.
He doesn't? Oh, man.
Also, it's so strange because star fragments from Zelda are exactly the same as star fragments in Animal Crossing.
Do they share the same universe? I mean, Wolf Link does appear in Animal Crossing, so...
Yeah, so does Epona.
Epona, yeah.
Maybe the islands in Animal Crossing is what happens after the flood.
Is Animal Crossing the best Zelda game?
No,
No, it doesn't have Groose.
you're right.
maybe.
Oh, yeah. Well, wait, isn't there a haircut that can kind of make you look like Groose?
There is, in fact, a pompadour wig in Animal Crossing.
Oh.
Oh boy.
And
Well,
now
I
with the
know.
new hair colors, you could make it red hair. And someone could design a Groose tunic.
I know what I'm doing.
You could have like face paint to make yourself look like him too.
Yes. Okay.
Alright. Now, I have another one here. And this one is not only a location, but a scene from Skyward Sword.
Ooh.
Oh.
Let me see if I can find the image of it here. Ah, yes. So, my next set will be the... what is it called again? Wing Ceremony.
Oh.
And in this set, we could include a casual clothes version of Link from Skyward Sword.
Mm-hmm.
And the original outfit Zelda. Darn, what was his name? The headmaster of the school guy. How do you pronounce it?
It's kind of
Gyapora?
it's kind of like Gyapora, but it's like slightly different. Yeah.
You could have him, and you could have Zelda's Loftwing. I'm not including Link's Loftwing in here because I actually have that set as a different set. But
okay. Cool.
yes, this would be a larger set. You could have the goddess statue, which is iconic for all of Zelda too. So.
Yep. That would work.
Oh, and you could maybe have Fi. I just realized I don't have any Fi sets here.
Well, I suppose like you could maybe include
Like you can include the sword pedestal.
Within the goddess statue, like isn't that where you get the sword?
Yeah, it is.
So like you could probably have like an interior with the pedestal and Fi just kind of hanging out, you know. So yeah.
Oh yeah, that's actually the last one I had for Skyward Sword. Clinda, did you have more?
I mean, I originally had like a generic shop. I forget. I'm pretty sure it's Beetle's shop.
In the pictures you sent me, you just had a picture from the marketplace.
Probably.
Like
yeah.
Skyloft?
Yeah.
The Skyloft market? Yeah.
I just like market sets, man.
No, I think Skyloft Market could be a cool set.
Yeah.
I
I
think
don't
so,
remember
too.
the market people too much, to be honest.
I mean,
Because
there's
it's been a while since I-
there's
Yeah,
the potion people
They all
with
have their
like
quirks.
the angry wife, I think. No, wait, that was the concept art for it with like the two brothers, I think. I don't know. I need to play that game again now.
But yeah, no, I think that could make a cool set because you have several different booths.
Yep.
All right, anyone else have Skyward Sword sets?
Nope.
The Skyward Sword sets would actually be the ones I want the most because Skyward Sword as my second favorite Zelda story and as my favorite aesthetic of any of the Zelda games. Oh, right. Okay,
Yeah.
I guess that killed the podcast. What are we on to next? Do we have any others, or are we on to Breath of the Wild?
I think we're just gonna move
Breath of
on
the Wild. Yeah.
Probably.
at this point.
All right, who wants to go first? I have no Breath of the Wild sets, so
May I?
Oh.
dare
Well, yeah,
you.
sure, Ford. Do
All right, so I would start off with a raid on the Bokoblin camp, and it would include the bonfire with the seared steak, as well as
would
some
you get
boxes.
a new piece just for the seared steak?
Of course. And then you'd have some like hollow wooden crates with like some other stuff in them. Then you'd have like the archer tower, and then you'd have the chest tower, and you'd make like a nice little camp. You can army build the Bokoblins too, because you'd have like 2 red Bokoblins and a black Bokoblin, and then you'd have, of course, Link, and then you'd have all kinds of weapons that you can mix and match with. It'd be fun.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Yeah. Who's next?
Well, so I got an idea for one that's actually already a Lego ideas. So I don't know, like I could post the
Yeah,
actual
post a picture
Lego
of that.
ideas, but
I swear if
Lego link.
Bionicle doesn't win.
Yeah, basically it's the
Ooh.
stone talus.
Oh, this is not the one I was thinking of.
I think that would just like the figure that's shown in the actual like Lego ideas page. is pretty much exactly what I'm thinking about, but just without the little guardian. Like, I don't think that needs to be there. But yeah, just that as a kind of, I guess, medium set
Yeah.
would be nice. Yeah.
Speaking of the stable, what review stage is that? Or
It's
not
the one
review,
that's in right
where-
now.
It's in review right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's gonna make it, but we'll see.
I mean,
No, neither do I. Like, I
if
think that set
Bionicle
is
doesn't
kinda
make
weird
it though, gonna be real mad.
It's gonna be interesting because I'm still of the opinion LEGO does not want to make sets based off of old themes for ideas.
But it's still viable.
It does not disregard any of the rules. Bionicle is not on the list of themes that people are
But
not.
you also make that claim, but then they literally just released the Black Seas Barracuda again.
That's
So-
true, but that was a bit more. The original. That's something you kind of put in post. LEGO Ideas set, because originally it was much less like that original ship.
Oh yeah, but they just kind of like co-opted that idea and just decided to make it like something that they used to have.
That is
So
true.
they could, that could lend
could
precedent
also
and
see-
credence to Bionicle. Who knows? But we're not talking about that right now.
I could also see Nick Voss rallying for that set, because I know he works on a lot of the ideas.
Oh,
sets.
there's quite a few designers that have said that they would rally for that set on Twitter.
Right.
But ultimately, it's probably corporate that decides, and they hate Bionicles.
True.
So
Mm.
LEGO corporate's always hated Bionicles since the beginning.
I don't know why. It got them.
I don't
big
know. I'm
money.
not sure that those people are actually really around anymore because LEGO. We just had the 18 plus line be revealed. That's something I won't really want to discuss, but it'll obviously have to be next episode.
Mhm.
Because LEGO has been making. Darn! I gotta mention this now just because we're on it. LEGO has been making
Alright.
sets, that are definitely for more geared towards
Older.
adult collectors for a while, and we saw them take a huge step with The Simpsons, and a lot of these ideas sets. Now LEGO, from what I've heard from some designers on Twitter, LEGO is actually willing to admit that they're making sets purely focused at adult collectors now. That's the first time ever they've said that.
And the first kind of instance of this year were, and it might seem kind of benign now, the Star Wars helmets. They were marketed toward, the adults. And then you had the, what's it called? The Haunted House, which we have yet to discuss.
Yeah, and we'll get more in depth with that
And then,
next
it
time.
kind of went further from there, but we digress.
All right, so
That is a good looking.
Yeah, another
Guardian
kind of
Stalker.
medium-sized set, or maybe small. I don't know
With
how
the
you
appropriate
categorize
number of
this.
legs.
Is yes, the Guardian. I think a Guardian set would be
Yeah.
rather nice, just as a brick built figure.
Mhm.
I agree.
I guess
Yeah, that's the
that
thing. It
was
would
one
have
of
to
the-
come with the
That
horse.
That was one of the ones that I had with it,
Yeah.
and I think that there has to be a horse for that because otherwise it's
Now,
not
I
enough
think,
things there. So I think,
and
having
I'm
the
being a
horse there
nerd
helps.
here, but I think it should come with the white horse with the royal armor that you can get.
Well, if you do
The
that, I
best
guess
horse
you
in
could
the
have the horse statue nearby.
when I got the white horse in the game, I named it Zelda.
Oh yeah, the horse statue. That's right.
That's cute.
Wait, you gave the horse the what?
I named the horse Zelda.
Excellent.
I named it
Excellent answer.
Memory.
I name my horses weird stuff in games. My current horse in Red Dead Redemption 2's name is Beef Wellington.
That is significantly weirder than naming your horse in Legend of Zelda Zelda.
Alright, did we have any other ideas based on Breath of the Wild?
I do.
I mean, I don't have any pictures, unfortunately, because I literally just thought of it. But the four divine beasts.
yeah, I actually have one
Yeah.
one of them specifically, Vamedo,
Mhm.
the bird. But I feel like could probably make, I guess, bigger, big sets for.
Yeah,
for all those.
they'd like borderline D2C, but they'd be like big playset kind of things where you could like open them up and they'd have I guess puzzle rooms in them, I suppose, and then you can have the blight or the Ganon blight for that dungeon as well.
Yeah, you
And-
could have some adjustable components to them for
Mhm.
with the camel its neck kind of moves, or I think with the
It's like parts rings in its
elephant.
body move, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, no,
Yeah.
I think the neck might move as well. There's
Yeah,
one
well,
dungeon
it's
where
the neck
moves.
and the rings of the body, and then for the
Doesn't
for
something
the
on the
elephant,
back of
it's
it
the
also move?
nose or the trunk.
Yeah,
Then
I'm
it's
thinking of the elephant.
Yeah, and then for because the bird would have the really
It just
lame
tilts.
function because
Yeah.
it just tilts.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, it's like the body tilts, but the head doesn't like
Now
kind
you
of stays
too
on
can
that
tilt
axis.
the bird with this Lego set.
Great function.
And I don't think the lizard even does that much.
Honestly, I
Does
hardly
it?
remember the lizard dungeon.
Yeah, the lizard dungeon is probably the worst one. The camel is the best though. That's
Oh
the,
yeah,
the best
it
one.
has the most complex
Yeah.
like features out of all of them.
Mm-hmm. But then you'd have like the blight, and then you'd have its respective champion, and then for the Link minifigure, because you have to have it, I thought for each one it could be the outfit that you kind of need to get that is specific to each one of those kind of areas in the game.
Oh, that would be neat.
So yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah.
like the lizard one, you could have the heat resisted suit. You could have the Desert Vo outfit for the camel. That's the male one. For those who don't know, the Zora armor, and then the what's it called? The feather jacket that you get from the
right.
Rito village.
Isn't it like warm feather or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like quill feather something. I don't remember. But it's like the cold resistant suit, and yeah. And then like I said, you could have each of the champions for each one of them, so you can give Link the special power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Heart containers. It'd be cool.
Yep.
That's kind of all I got for that.
Oh, I got like pretty much just one more. There is one I could mention as well. So I guess two. But so there's the shrine. I think a shrine would make
Yeah.
a cool little set. Plus, you could also include like some of these are already like ideas on Lego ideas. Like somebody has submitted this particular thing, and they've included a Korok, which I think would be quite neat to have
Oh yeah,
for Breath of the
that's
Wild.
right.
These little guys.
With the apple shrine, that's good.
Yeah. But other than that, like, I'd say probably one that would be cool is just Nehru, the dragon, that you kind of fight
Yeah, that would be
on
cool.
the mountain
Yeah.
top
You'd have like removable like
scales.
light
or-
sections
yeah,
and all
or-
that.
Yeah, those eyes.
Or yeah, like
come out
removable
of it.
scales and like dragon parts and all that. That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I just really like the design of that dragon. But
Let's not do a great fairy from this game.
I mean,
You don't want a
the-
giant brick built fairy, Ford?
I don't think you want a giant brick built fairy in this one. Maybe in Link to the Past, but not in this one.
Yeah, and right now, like, there's already a Hyrule castle for Breath of the Wild up on Lego Ideas.
Oh yeah, this one's going to review, right?
Yeah, it's like I guess it's in review.
Hmm.
But yeah,
I can
that's
hear the
basically all I
music
got.
while I'm looking at this. I feel like the main problem I have is just like figuring out the enemies that you can put in these sets.
For
Well,
Breath of the Wild specifically?
You could have like
Yeah, 'cause there's just so many.
goblins.
Yeah.
You can have maybe Wizrobes for some,
Mm-hmm.
although Wizrobes don't show up that often.
Yeah, not
I
especially.
suppose. Okay.
But yeah.
I mean, like maybe like a Bokoblin horse chase. I don't know.
Maybe.
Like I was thinking maybe like the Bokoblin camp. Just you could like army build them.
That was one of the ones that I had, and there's do you remember that camp out that they have where they have the darn it, why can't I think of the name? I'll just post the picture. They have like sort of cave and they've got the structures
Oh,
around
the
it.
skull
This thing.
caves, yeah.
Oh, yes.
So I think that if we have a
skeleton
Bokoblin-specific
cave.
thing, I think they should have that.
That'd be cool.
Because that gives us sort of
Yeah.
something to work with.
Oh,
And there's
duh,
all the sort of...
towers.
Yeah, and the... Oh, you mean one of the tower that he has to yeet himself
Yeah,
off of.
the towers.
That would be kind of cool.
Towers. Yes.
The map towers, yeah.
Do you think those would be too tall, though? I mean, I know I've seen some really tall
they
Lego sets,
might, but
that would be
if
very
you do it
large.
shorter, I guess. I mean, I would think it would be something where if you got multiples of the set, you could make it as tall as you want.
Hang on, don't they have, do they have 6 sides?
I thought it was...
I don't think they
like
have
either
4 sets
4 or
because you
5.
can, side jump to one side or the other.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you can't do that around direct
look one up.
corners. So that might be... You'd either have to adapt it into 2 or do something very clever that I don't understand with Lego.
It's 6 sides?
Looks like a 6-sided tower.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
This is a hexagon. Alright.
Okay. I'm curious how they do the construction on the top, though. Is that all of them?
Yeah, that's all the ones I got. But
Ford, you got another? Because I do have one more.
Unfortunately, I don't.
Okay, I do have one more, and I'm actually kind of surprised that I'm the only one to do this. It's Link's house.
Oh, of course.
Because I want you all to know, firstly, it has a little stable.
Terrytown.
It's got
Yeah.
It's got a cooking pot, which none of the other locations mentioned so far have, except maybe.
But for some reason, it's not inside of your house. I never understood that.
I didn't understand it either. I don't know. I felt like you
Oh,
should be able to
duh.
sit down in your own house.
The town!
Oh yeah,
Terrytown.
Yeah, Terrytown, that's it. The best side quest in the game.
building Terrytown. That
Yeah.
would be a good one, but would that be
You
like
could
one
have like
massive
either
set? Because that would be
the
a massive
buildings
set.
individually, or you could have just like the entire town as like a big D2C, like Diagon Alley. Or what's it called? The medieval market village.
Okay,
It'd be great.
I think that would be really cool. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's sort of a smaller scale city, but it's got a good variety, and you'd get a
But
lot
Link's
of
house is
minifigures
cool
that way
too.
too.
Don't get me wrong.
But yeah, that would be cool.
Right, is that everything people have for Breath of the Wild then?
Unless you
Yeah,
wanted to
I
pull
don't
something out of your hat,
No, I had nothing for Breath of the Wild.
I wasn't sure.
Rip.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought maybe I'd
I mean,
stalled
I
long
could
enough
come
that
up
you
with
could...
more for like, Ocarina of Time and Skyward Sword. I'm sure if I
That's
thought
okay.
about it, but
That's okay. I do not judge
We
you
are kind
if
of running
you
out of
hate
time.
Breath of the Wild.
Oh, we're out of time.
That
Yeah.
You're allowed to have your own opinions.
I don't hate Breath of the Wild at all. I really liked the game while I was playing it. It just doesn't resonate with me as much as other Zelda games.
It's my favorite game, not because of the story and not because it's strictly a Zelda game, but just because it finally fulfilled that actually being an adventure game where you can go wherever and whenever you want. For me, because I'm an adventurous person.
Yeah, I have a lot of opinions on Breath of the Wild, but I already kind of did a whole episode on it on the modcast, like at some point. So
We've
I'm
had
not
like
gonna-
hours and hours of discussion
gonna
on
talk
that as
about
well.
Yeah, it's like I like Breath of the Wild. I don't think it's the best thing out there or the best Zelda game. Even Majora's Mask is still my favorite, but yeah, that's another discussion for another
I still
day.
think Breath of the Wild's a really great game. It's just definitely not my favorite game.
Oh yeah. So
Oh,
I
Because you
guess
can
is that
cook
it
things.
for the
Right, yeah, that's
podcast?
it. We're about out of time. We discussed in the future possibly doing collectible minifigure series episodes for Zelda 2. So I'll have to have you on again sometime for that as we complete our
good.
list.
Yes.
So I wasn't sure if we'd be able to fill enough time or not, but apparently we did. So now we have bonus content left over.
Hooray!
Yeah.
It never ends. I mean, look, if we have a part 3, we're completing the Triforce. You know,
Yes,
we
that's
gotta, it's thematically relevant, I guess.
And then we
I
can
don't
never
know.
talk about Legend of Zelda ever
Never again.
Will that
It's
make it the
off-
Power Podcast?
Off topic. Yeah.
Power podcast.
Well, But as
What?
always,
Okay.
please be sure to leave your comments on what sets you think should be made for LEGO Legend of Zelda. And let's hope that sometime in the future we get Legend of Zelda sets and they don't suck like the Mario sets. Like,
Yeah,
have we discussed that in a while?
I really wish they do
Not
a
recently.
different style, because the Mario sets are kind of odd. So I really wish they go for more like traditional minifigures.
Mm-hmm. See,
I
I've
think
gone from
most
saying it's
people
kind
did.
of odd to saying it sucks. They're not good sets. They're like, even as like for play sets for like kids, they're too expensive for that.
Oh, you know, they're way marked up. Like the licensing prices and the price to part ratio is kind of awful.
And
so.
the Mario is not inventive either. It's some very simple technology that's not all that impressive.
It leans much more into gimmick territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. Yeah, it's not. Really
I
that
think
great.
LEGO probably would have sold a lot more sets if they listened to Nintendo and did minifigure sets.
Well, wait, was it Nintendo that told them to do minifigs?
Yeah, Nintendo wanted minifigure sets.
Yeah,
Really?
Lego was like, no, let's put all this technology into it. Which, yeah, you would think it would be the opposite, but no.
I'll have to read more about
Let me
that.
also preface, this technology has existed since the 90s. It's not new technology. It's a color
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
sensor.
Hmm.
A
Yeah.
color and a motion sensor.
Yeah, Lego's been using a color and motion sensor for years.
Yeah, that's you could have made this stuff in
for literal
Mindstorms.
years. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, so I guess it's the Legend of Zelda. That's what this is, right?
Let's have Legend of Zelda maker sets.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
Oh my God.
awful. Okay,
Great.
and of course, we have the BCC Discord server. You can join there and talk about this and many other LEGO-themed topics. And share the video with your friends, and be sure to join us again next time for another episode of the BCC podcast. So for Ford, Glenda, Waj, and myself, LQ, we thank you for listening, and we'll see you here next time.
Goodbye.